Hi, and welcome to Bloody Good Reads, the Christmas special. It's our final podcast of the year. We've had an interesting year. Had some interesting films, but next year we're going to change things up. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. But as always, I'm joined in this festive season by my three co-hosts. So it is today's chooser of films, and somebody who's probably going to be very happy with their choices. It's Tam.
Hello.
We've also got the person who probably isn't going to like the movies.
Hello, by the way. Yeah,
isn't going to like the movies.
But the guy who's not going to like the movies and going to be a complete absolute Grinch this year. It's Niall Whitwell.
That's me.
Yeah. And because of his secret sexuality, which he's not going to go into, because he's always going to say that he is 100% straight. It's Marcus Wallace.
Like that. Hello.
Oh, you're definitely like that.
I thought you were introducing yourself then. I thought, where's he going with this?
It's a reveal. I've seen Marcus's Spotify rap. That's the most campest Spotify rap
I've
We love to see it.
The best part is I've only had Spotify. I've only had it for like 3-4 months.
Wow.
Oh, well, you camped that up ahead of.
Hey, look, it's right. I work in a warehouse, and we all listen to it, so it's not my fault if everyone enjoys that. And yes,
is that the name of the gay club, the warehouse?
No, we called the Village People.
You gotta say, was it the YMCA? The charity shop are working. Anyway, yes, we're on our Christmas festive edition of the podcast, and again, the last one of 2024. So, what we'll do a little bit different. We normally go by what films we've seen this month, but we'll change up a little bit and find out what are our favourite films that we have covered on this podcast in the last year. So to be a bit different than usual, so normally we go through our best films and our worst films that we've watched throughout the month. We're going to go back in time, go to the start of the year, and see what is our best films that we have watched throughout the year. It could be from this year. It can be just films we've watched this year. So all this will be very different, which is a little bit better than kind of having the same films all in one go. Because usually it's the same films that everybody asks. So I'm going to go with Niall first, because he's got the shortest list.
Niall, what's first?
If we go around all of us and do the best first, then we'll do the worst after. So Niall, what's your best?
I actually really like Long Legs, which is bizarre because I don't really know anybody else.
So brave for saying that.
I thought it was really good.
I'm excited for the director's new film. It's out in a couple months, so look out for that one.
That'd be good. And then I got Evil Dead Rise because it's just brilliant. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got to be Deadpool, really, isn't it? Because it was just different to everything else, even though it was more of the same stuff. But it just felt
good stuff.
Good, yeah. So that's my top 3. There you go, nice and quick.
I've got a funny feeling I know where Deadpool's going to be on Taz's list. Marcus, what's your top? What was it? You got top 5 for me, or?
Oh, I thought it was top 5. Then I just realised Niall said 3, and I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, because Niall hasn't watched many films this year.
I like to be different.
His hated list is like 20 long, so we hear from. What is your top 5 best of the year?
Right, so my top 5 are Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Second one is Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. And the third one is Deadpool. No, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. But no, I did make one where I included Lord of the Rings as just a free. So the trilogy is there. Second would be Deadpool and Wolverine. And then third, probably Mamma Mia. It's not the best film in terms of films, that thing, what cameras do. But I've got the most emotion attached to it based on growing up with it. So yeah, that one. And then I'm giving you all my 5 here. And then past that, I've got Kung Fury because David Hasselhoff and all, and then Kingsman.
Cool.
Nice.
Good pick. Taz, your top 5.
These are in no particular order, but I really liked Wicked. I'm one of those wicked bitches. Monkey Man, The Substance, And then I'd say my top two, if I am going to rank them, is these two. It's I Saw the TV Glow and Challenges. So yeah, good ones all around.
And very different choices to everybody else.
Thank you.
Right, so my top 5. I'm going to do my top 5 of stuff that I've just watched this year, I think. So that I watched overall. Does have to be from 2024. So I'm going to go. Number 5 would be John Wick 3. I love that. A really, really good film.
Every John Wick film is awesome.
It is. We've got John Wick 4 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Two is the best. Yeah, it is the best.
Love that film.
It's all fine until the dog goes.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Number 4 would be Wicked Little Letters. Thought that was a really funny film. Really enjoyed that when we watched it. Number 3 is the Speak No Evil remake. Fucking love that film. Really good film.
Way better than it had any right to be.
I know, isn't it? It surprised me how good it was going to be, and I didn't enjoy the first original film. So, no, love this. Great spin to the director as well in the year. So, if you don't listen to that, go listen to that on the podcast feed. Second would be A Man Called Otto. I loved that film. It made me cry so much, though.
Oh.
And Deadpool and Wolverine is my top. Has to be Deadpool and Wolverine. Absolutely loved it. Nothing has knocked it off the top boat yet. Until
welcome to my life.
Until Taz ruins it and goes to number 1.
Now I know how he feels.
Yeah, it's all the time.
Right, so let's go back to Nas. Now your top 5 worst of the year.
Number 3, Mamma Mia.
23.
No, wrong.
Awful, terrible.
You're allowed an opinion, but it is incorrect.
Marcus is with me on this one.
Yeah, that should be a clear indicator that you're on the wrong side.
I've got your back now. I've got your back, mate. No worries. I'm with you.
You won't after this, because number 2 is The Coffee Table.
No, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Fucking awful. And number 1, which is going to be quite controversial, I reckon. This film really let me down because I thought it was going to be quite good. I got even quite excited for it, but
I know what it's going to be, I think.
it's Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, boo.
No. Okay.
Terrible film.
No.
Blech.
I can't remember it.
That was in my
Very
top
dramatic.
10. That was in the top 10.
No,
But,
I haven't forgiven it, and I never will.
Weirdly enough, Coffee Table it's only midway in my list. You thought it'd be a lot higher, but
I don't know why you even liked it that much. It was just awful.
I know
Real
Hunter
bad.
hated it.
Yeah.
Marcus, what is your worst 5?
Well, I don't have quite a full 5. I will admit that there's films that I probably do hate, and my brain hasn't given it the satisfaction of being remembered. But the ones I do have, Cocaine Shark is probably the worst one.
Did we do that this year? Was that last
Was that
year?
this year? Oh,
I
God,
think
yeah.
it was the beginning of this year.
Yeah. Shit, would have put that on my list.
Yeah,
I don't think you're.
That was last year.
was it? Oh shit!
Yeah, because that would have been right at the bottom.
He hates it that much that it's going this year as well.
Oh no!
It's too stupid to be hated.
No, it's not. Right,
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
not.
but
It's one of the worst
Feels-
films
it
I've ever seen.
feels
That was last year, actually. It was last year.
when your main character has a great big bushy beard, and then halfway through, for no explanation, it just is clean shaven. You're like, what? No,
That
not
did happen.
happening. Yeah, that infuriated me. But still, it's shit. It's not in this year. Well, Vordelak, I hated that one. Don't get me wrong. It was funny that he tried to have sex with a puppet, but literally that's all I had.
If anyone's going to take anything away from this podcast, don't have sex with puppets.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. That hole is for your hand to go. That just doesn't help.
I'm going to
actually.
oppose this view. Do have sex with puppets. There you go.
He makes a compelling argument.
I'm going to feel so turned on when I watch Muppet Christmas Carol now. This is going to be great.
Oh, no.
You like that,
Well
Miss
done.
Piggy? Stop watching Tiny Tim. Get out. Get the fuck out.
This is haunting.
Michael Caine
What's
just sat
this
there
to
going.
Christmas?
This sounds
God.
like a fanfic.
I want like a Dobby character in Harry Potter to mix with the Muppets. And that
Where
would
are
be
you going?
amazing.
And you'll call him Nobby from this on that one, won't you?
Nice.
Master's given Dobby a sock
No.
puppet.
Oh no.
The puppet is so sticky inside, Master. Why?
Oh, I hate you.
Bad Dobby,
Yeah.
bad Dobby. Well, in that case, then I suppose the only film I actually can remember that I didn't like was The Vordelak, and that's probably because it was recently. Cocaine
shit.
Shark from last year, and of all time, The Baby. I can't. No.
That'll forever be on
Never
your
again.
bad list. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait for our rewatch. Taz, your top 5 worst.
2 of these are just shite Blumhouse films. So I've got Night Swim, which I forgot was this year. That feels like a lifetime ago. It was terrible. It's the one about the haunted swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even camp enough to be funny. Then there's Afraid, which is the Blumhouse one about the AI. And it was really, it felt like it was not written by humans. So there you go.
Maybe it was AI.
Yeah. Ghost Game, which is one I watched at Fright Fest, and it was really bad. And like I watched a few films that day. That was just like, that was rough. Deadpool and Wolverine is one of my most hated ones, I think.
I mean, you're wrong. But cool.
I'm sorry. But it's true.
Why?
Yeah. And I actually think I only put 4. So I obviously didn't hate anything else that much, but
I mean,
yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine is a weird way of saying Mamma Mia, but each their own.
Mamma Mia is one of my top all time. Thank you.
Okay.
Mamma Mia,
so
here we go again.
No.
my top 5 worst. Mamma Mia is my top worst.
And
It's
incorrect.
shit and awful. And yeah.
It's not okay.
Then it's Lovely, Dark and Deep.
Excuse me.
You watched it with us. No, did you? I don't know. Did you watch it with us?
I did watch that one.
Must
What
have.
one was that?
It's the Ranger, wasn't it? In the forest.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did that with Hunter, didn't we?
I didn't
Yeah.
think that one was too bad.
That was awful. The Vordelak,
That
because
one was bad.
again,
It's a-
don't fuck puppets.
Dude, puppets.
Baghead, which such an awful film. Such an
Which
awful
one was
film.
that?
We didn't do that.
We didn't watch it on the podcast. It's it's about a witch that they keep in the basement that had a bag on its head and grant wishes.
I think I've read about this one. No, I saw it online.
It's so bad. And then The Girl in the Trunk, which deserves to be burnt a fucking life. It really does. I hate that film. Really disliked it. We didn't do that. I think that was me, Hunter, and we had Kira on to do that one. Yeah, shit film. After that, you got Puffin Rock, Garfield 2, and Leo. There you go.
Take that, Garfield too.
By any
Garfield,
chance,
two kitties.
By any chance, do you watch some of these films because of your kid? I don't suppose you
Yes.
actively. Yeah, okay. Sit there.
Yeah.
You know
Don't
what?
particularly go off to go. Do you know what? I really fancy watching Puffin Rock and the New Best Friends.
Wait till you see Paw Patrol movie. Honestly, game changer.
But I mean, my top 10 best ones. So the next lot would be Thanksgiving, Late Night with the Devil, Black Phone, Garfield the movie, and Dr. Jekyll. But we've seen some good films this year. I've definitely seen some good films this year. But yeah, nothing can beat Meat Friend. No, love Meat Friend.
Meat friend.
I'll send you the link.
This
I love
sounds
Meat
like a euphemism. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
what to say.
It's a girl who gets a load of burger meat, which then transforms into a creature called Meat Friend.
Of course.
And teaches her how to make a shiv.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like that Gary Busey is a fucking gingerbread man thing.
Just like that.
Oh my
But
god! Do you remember Ginger Dead Man? Was that this year? No, that was last year.
No, that's
That was
several
about
years.
10 years ago we watched that.
No, that's 2 years ago.
Reminded
And that's a couple of years ago. No, it's last year, I think.
No.
It's a Christmas
think
film,
so.
so it must be at a very minimum last year.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that is our top countdown of the year. Some good choices and some bad choices because Deadpool should not be in anyone's worst list.
No, it belongs there.
Nor should Mamma
And
Mia,
Mamma
but
Mia
there
should
you go.
be in the good list.
Never.
You're all mad.
Crazy. Right. So this year, normally we're to pick some random horror film from Christmas, but I'm running out of Christmas horror films. So we had to go and pull the emergency line. I'm not doing Muppets Christmas Carol again because we've done it already. I do love the film, but I don't want to do it again in the podcast. So I've let Taz do what Taz has been wanting us to do for a long time, and let them pick some really bad Christmas romantic comedy.
It's what I do best, you know.
Yeah. There you go. So Taz, you have picked 2. What is your first pick that you picked for the podcast this week?
It is A Castle for Christmas. I love it.
Right. Yes. Do you want me to explain what it is, or would you like to explain what it is?
Can
Can you do the accent, please?
Yeah.
Huh?
I need a taxi to Edinburgh.
Not Edinburgh.
A American writer goes
No.
to Scotland to rediscover her heritage. And Carrie Elwes, who everyone will know from, The Princess Bride and stuff, and, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Mhm.
They trusted him with a Scottish accent, even though it took him a really long time to even get an American one down, as we saw in Saw. And it's this love story between him, who has to live with this woman in the castle because of reasons, and he's actually a duke, and he's like the landlord of everyone in the town, and he's like trying to keep everyone in their homes, and it's very cute. And they're like just a middle-aged couple who fall in love, and yeah, I just love it. It's really, really sweet. And yeah, we were making fun of the entire time. You know how he does that Bob Ross thing where he says like white, like the H, like he says W with the H, and I love it. I'm obsessed. So yeah, that's the film.
Okay.
And that last bit is very important, as you guys should know.
All right. I'm going to Taz last because they picked the film. Should we shit sandwich this?
I love that we have a name for it.
Marcus, you can be the top layer of the sandwich. Are you
Well.
shit or are you bread?
We'll find out.
A new feature to the podcast.
I began hating this film when I
Yeah.
first started watching it, and then slowly grew to really like it.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
So, all right, okay. This is one of those films where I think I'm so used to seeing, either horror films that are quite gory or whatever, or we're watching adult films essentially. That this is very much like it's friendly towards kids as well. The type of humor and the way they present the love story is very Disney in a sense of so unrealistic. It just would not happen. But if you take that aside and think it's just a film, you can actually enjoy it, which I struggled with for the first 20 minutes. And I was like, this is just shit. No, this would not happen. What are you doing? But yeah.
Your logical brain wouldn't dare work.
Literally, it was just little things like she goes to fall over, or no, she turns around at one point, and the guy just stood there like boom, straight in her face. And I'm like, any sane person would just step back and be like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And she's like, "Oh, hello there. I'm gonna try and kiss you." And it's like, "No, we can't do this." Pushes away. Or the bit where she's like, "Oh, we shouldn't be doing this." Slowly pulls him into the room. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't. Pulls in, and then just the dog's left there. Like, oh, what do I do now? Door
that
shut.
dog
like,
was
oh, God.
acting his ass off.
He was the best actor in the film.
It was
Give him an
actually.
award.
Yeah.
By a long way.
Top traitor as well. Left his own
Done.
to. Yeah.
Danced like a true legend.
Do you reckon when they filmed that they were holding treats up and he's just like just trying desperately to get them?
And funnily enough, the dog had the best Scottish accent.
Yeah, the dog did. I couldn't tell if the actors in this were Scottish or if they were
None of them
American.
are.
Well,
This is an
apparently a couple of them
incredibly
are.
racist film where everyone in it is from London.
Yeah, but it's English, so that's close enough as far as Hollywood's
It's
concerned.
not even a fucking castle.
Especially Andy Osho, who has like the most London accent, and she still struggles to do a fucking Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I noticed some of them slipped throughout as well, where their accent wasn't quite as thick. And then it got really thick, and oh god, yeah. Do you know what though? They had such a weird bunch in the bar as well. It's like these people would not be hanging out. I don't care if it's knitting club. It doesn't happen.
I want to be part of that club so bad. You don't even know.
Literally, I looked. I was like, that's a group you get with for life. And the fact that I reckon they could have done their own spin-off film with the knitting club as well. Like, I don't know. for some reason there is a tomb or some shit they need to go raid, like Tomb Raider style. And then like the old granny's coming out like, "Don't worry, honey, I've knitted a rope." It's like, oh great.
A knitting club for Christmas writes itself. ChatGPT, I go.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, this film ended quite nicely. It was a nice story. Everyone's was happy in the end. Everyone got together. Loved the Christmas lights. Thomas, he is either a Superman or they lied, because there's no way the groundskeeper does all of those decorations on his own. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. Another unrealistic aspect, but still, it was pretty. I like the fire at the end as well. Surprised no one burnt themselves. And also the food. I was jealous of that. I really wanted the food.
Mm-hmm.
It looked plastic.
Also, did you notice how no one wraps their gifts typically in this? They either put them in boxes or they just hide them in trees.
Or hang them from a tree.
Yeah, it's like, by the way, I got you this.
For you. Oh, that's Christmas decoration, isn't it? Okay.
I bet you that was anything. That was something from the loft that he found, and it was like his, I don't know, old partner or his mum's or something. It's like,
He forgot to buy something and he just grabbed that, stuck it on the tree.
Yeah.
Didn't even bother to wrap it.
Little did he know that's actually worth a lot of money. Just throwing it away. Yeah. Not really much to say about this film. It's just nice. It's a nice, easy watch. Something you can watch with a family and has a nice story. But shit beginning. I will highlight that. Shit beginning.
Now, let's go to the one layer of shit for the shit sandwich. Niall, what did you think?
I began to hate this film at the beginning, and then I continued to hate this film to the very end. This film is terrible. It doesn't make any sense. The whole story is him going, "Oh, I'm really nice," and her going, "Oh, he's really nice," and he's going, "But I am also a dickhead." She's like, "Oh, you are a dickhead." He's like, "Oh, but I'm also very nice." And she's like,
Just love bombing.
"You are, but I'm also a dickhead." She's like, "Fuck, you are." That's the whole film. That's it. Yeah, the whole thing. No one's Scottish in it. How do we get something cancelled? Because I feel like this is ripe for that sort of thing. Is this? Yeah, this is racist. The Scottish people aren't very happy about this. I'm going to go around. I'm going to ask them. I tried to find out where the castle was, because I bet that's in England as well. But I realised I don't care, so I couldn't be bothered.
Google that.
He got as far as Google, and then he was like, "Nah."
Well, it wasn't even that far. I thought, oh, that'd be good. I should Google that, find out where that is. And then I thought, I could do literally anything else. So I did.
It is in Dunbar, if that helps.
I don't think that's a real place.
It is. It's to the right of Edinburgh.
Edinburgh?
Someone's
Edinburgh.
research.
That's what Brooke Shields calls it. She calls it Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Yeah,
it's real. It's there.
It's just so cliche and terrible the whole time. I almost stopped watching it because, you know, the knitting guys, they were like, "Oh, we got you a present." I thought, oh my God, if this is something knitted, I'm going to turn this off.
And it was.
Fucking...
What did you expect?
Cheers, guys. Something fucking knitted. Didn't expect that.
To be fair, Marcus is right. What else did you expect, really?
Something they couldn't have just made in the club. If they'd gone like,
yeah, they did. A knitting club.
They're poor. They spent every day in the pub. No wonder they're fucking poor. Fucking
welcome to Scotland.
Dog's the best bit. Oh God,
Good old Hamish.
there's a fucking makeover bit where she puts green strings in her hair. I think I could have done a better job with her hair than that.
Was her hair actually green in the end? Because they said it was green, but I just
had green strings.
looked the
Like
same to
4 of
me.
them. I don't know why that bit annoyed me so much. It really did.
I love that she lived above her hairdressers, and that like made her an expert in hair.
Really insulting to hairdressers, isn't it?
Like, I live above an osteopath. Am I suddenly qualified to do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've watched Mary
Give it a
Berry
go.
on TV. I'm there.
The dog's the best bit. The main character looks like Gary Busey's son. Like
Your little-
he's not even that good looking. Just like, oh, that guy looks like Gary Busey, and he's a dickhead. I would have fallen in love with him.
Just like Gary Busey.
Oh my God, I've written here in capital letters, "Please don't fucking sing. please don't. And then they start singing. Why? Why was that bit in there?
Just to make you hate it more, you know.
And
Kids
then,
movie.
Specifically
Telling
to
you.
piss you off.
well, then they started kissing and stuff, and then I looked, and there was still 20 minutes left. I thought, where can you even go from this? Oh yeah, he turns into a dickhead again, and then he's not a dickhead again. I didn't see that coming.
It's very uncalled for as well.
And
When
then I did watch the end, but I got bored because then I wrote down a to-do list for today.
Did you do any of it?
Yeah, well, the first one was finish film. Oh, I must have finished that this
Okay.
morning then. And then car lights because my brake light went. And
Think about
wrap
brake
presents.
lights.
So yeah, that's my take on that film. I want
That's
that time back.
I watched a lot of this while doing other stuff. So
Crying?
Yeah, crying. Trying to kill myself. You know. So it's a non-offensive movie with nothing about it. It's one you could just probably sit up. It's a Channel 5 film. That's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it's a weekend. You don't have doctors to watch, so let's just watch something
Fucking
on
hell.
Channel 5. It's like
Someone's been unemployed at some point.
many times. You know what? Doctors has been cancelled now. It's a
Well, I
shame.
only went for
R.I.P.
30 years. I'm sure they ran out of
So-
stuff to say.
It was perfect. It's a perfect TV show. Anyway, but yeah, I like how they do one scene with subtitles, and then they go, "Yeah, you understand
Yeah.
this now."
That was racist as
wow.
well.
Okay, very racist there. No. Okay. Good cast, but a waste of cast. It's like you would kind of want non-actors in this, a little bit like Hot Frosty, kind of like you'd rather see like non-known actors really in this kind of film. I don't know, but I've not much to say about it.
It's because it's so boring.
There's nothing really about it. It's just woman falls in love. There's much more to talk about with Hot Frosty, but
It hot and frosty at the same time.
see, like he's sexy and he's a slayer. But we'll get to that later.
Oh no, he's hot.
But I just wouldn't watch it again. It's not my kind of thing.
Tragic.
I'm really sorry. Taz, to be the nice piece of bread underneath this sandwich.
That's what they call me, a nice piece of bread.
Yeah. Wholemeal oat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
I really enjoy it. This is my second time watching it. It is like a nothing
What?
movie. I agree.
Oh my
I
god!
just
Second
love-
time
this-
today.
This is something I love watching with my sister, and we just chat shit the entire time and just make fun of it, and I love it. I
Okay,
love
that's
an enemies to lovers kind of trope that just sells me every time. And I just my number one takeaway from this film is that I just love the part where they're about to kiss for the first time and they stand there staring at each other for like a good 20 seconds. And like I don't think they end up kissing. I can't remember, but they stand like this close to each other, like for so long. An uncomfortably long amount of time. If someone did that to me, I would be kind of scared.
Imagine if the actor like Junior or something.
Do one or the other.
And then she like she like hugs him or something, and then just like sniffs him like
Oh,
really
yeah.
unapologetically. Like it's not even subtle. She takes a good whiff, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This woman was married, and I wonder how.
Well, she got divorced, so
Yeah, they got divorced, and I
Yeah.
think this might be why.
stop
Pretty quick,
sniffing
I
me.
Yeah. Sorry, my notes went.
When-
Extremely
there-
savage
I mean,
that she
There is a
brought up.
point. There's a point in the film though. I did think maybe the husband was. There's like a really weird scene where it's got like this couple come to stay at the hotel.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Nothing said about
That-
it again.
I thought that was the husband
That
at
is a
first.
cameo
Yeah.
from the Netflix Christmas cinematic universe. So
Oh.
they
There's a
We should have known.
piece of that
Don't ask me how I know this. I haven't. Just to be
The
clear, I have not watched
MCU.
Yes. No, actually,
So-
my sister did tell me that it was very important that I mentioned this. Yeah, that is a cameo from like I can't remember which one. It might be the Vanessa Hudgens film. You know where there's the twins.
This is
Huh?
like the Avengers film of
This is
Christmas Netflix.
This is the
films.
Avengers of like 40-year-old white women. Like,
Wow.
Can I change my answer of the film now?
yeah, every Netflix Christmas film has like maybe like a cameo or like as you've seen in the other film we're covering, they do a scene where they turn on the TV and they've got another Netflix Christmas film running. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
So that's what that scene was.
Okay.
And it was giving off a very villainous vibe, that guy.
Yeah.
I felt like he was
I-
going to ruin lives.
I thought it was the ex-husband, like the
That's-
ex-husband, and
yeah,
they're going
that's
to come
what I
to the
thought.
castle to do the wedding. But then
Yeah, well,
nothing's
that's because
there.
you're not a real NCCU fan.
Only if I knew I was an MCU fan.
God.
Damn.
But yeah, I think it was
Sorry.
just I love that part where they're talking about like all the dead relatives and stuff, and she brings up the fact that his dad died alone in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, and he takes it surprisingly well. But it's like that's savage. Like,
I mean, he was a dick to her the rest of the film. Like, he's like, yeah, fair, I'll take that.
yeah, and then my last note is Thomas is a sweet pie. I love him, and like
See,
you,
the
like
jumper
you
man.
said, does a lot of work in that house. Like he puts up all his decorations by himself, and I don't think he does it alone. But yeah, he's very cute, and I love that. And the dog is number one, of course.
They left Thomas's breakfast. Like, they just never ate it after all that effort.
I
he
hate
put
it when
in.
characters do that in films. It's like that looks delicious. Why are you leaving it?
Yeah, just watched him awkwardly, like, cheers, mate. Anyway, we're going outside now.
Oh yeah, another fact about this film: it is directed by the woman who did Pet Sematary, which I think is really cool.
That's so weird.
That's a weird one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love that film.
Cool. All right.
By the way,
so,
everyone, I have just checked. Dunbar Castle is fictional; it doesn't exist. But
Fucking
Dunbar
knew it.
Castle is a real one. And I just looked at the photos, and well,
It's not the
let's
same.
put it this way: this part of the castle left. It's I mean, just look at it. You give it a Google. Dunbar
Is it big?
Castle. It
Has
is.
it been turned into a steakhouse or something? What are you saying?
No, it's quite literally just a
Wow.
ruin.
Right, yeah.
There's a tiny little pillar in the middle, which used to be a support pillar, I assume, and it's just nothing around it. So yeah,
so I've
not
Oh yeah, it's looking a little rough, I think.
yeah.
so I typed into Chat GPT, write me a spin-off for the Knitting Club. It's called Knitting Together, a Castle Story. When the quirky members of the Dunbar Knitting Club band together to save the beloved meeting space, they discover that threads of friendships, romance, and a bit of mischief weave stronger bonds than ever imagined.
That's way better than this film sounded.
I know, right?
That's quite
Get
good.
the AI to do it, just all of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. There we go. And it says, "Listen Together highlights the power of community and creativity to overcome challenges, proving that even the smallest stitches can make the strongest fabric."
I like that. That's good.
There we go. Right then, should we do the usual? So, Niall, keep it a minute.
Well, it was going to be a bin, but now I know about the cameos. Ooh, that's
It's
beautiful.
deeper than you think.
10 out of 10 now.
Yeah,
the
no,
whole MCU.
I can't even joke about it. Bin, please.
Marcus, keep it a minute.
I just thought of another savage comment that was said in the film by the daughter when she's like, "Oh, you didn't go to your dad's wedding." He's like, Josh was like, "I'll just go to the next one."
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a keep.
Who the fuck has a Christmas like their wedding on Christmas Day? That's
You
insane.
want to
Only
save
guys
money,
do that.
clearly. Don't need a Christmas party if you're having a wedding. It's 2 in 1.
I'm going to bin it because I would probably not watch it again. Taz, keep it a minute.
I'll keep it, obviously.
Okay, it's a fair spread. Okay, it's fair spread.
Not quite an unbin
Cool.
then.
Not quite. Right then, so to our second festive seasonal film. Actually, before we get to that one, so yeah, if you notice, we actually are missing an episode. So the last episode we posted was the missing episode with myself, Niall, and Hunter. I think it was Marcus as well, which we did months before we lost the extra episode. So we were supposed to be doing Woman of the Hour and Black Cab for last month. Didn't have time. What did you guys think of Woman of the Hour?
I thought it was good. Like, I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, but I do respect Anna Kendrick a lot for not taking the profits from this film. Like, she donated it to charities and things.
Mm.
And I think it took the most respectful approach you could to a true crime story like this. Like, she does focus more on, like, what it's like being a woman in that kind of culture. And, like, the car park scene was so terrifying because we've all been in that situation. It's horrifying. Like, he's so scary. And it's more focused on, like, their experiences than like the actual killer himself. And like, yeah, it was interesting.
But you know,
her directing's pretty good. I didn't realize she like directed, wrote it, and produced it. That was all pretty good. I didn't like how it was shot though, like out of sequence, and it got to the end where
I
I
agree
sort of
with that.
didn't really get
It was a bit
where the
jumpy,
stuff
wasn't it?
happened. Yeah.
But to be fair, it's a huge story. Like, it spans so long, and there were things in it that happened that weren't even in the film. Like, I think before even he was on the show, like, he was, I think, almost charged with like raping and nearly murdering an 8-year-old girl or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, who the fuck is doing these background checks? Obviously, no one.
But it's just weird because like 1 minute he's at work talking to the police and stuff, and then it just didn't quite meld together for me. But
I think that was my least favorite thing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have made it gone deeper into it, but you don't really want to see the worst parts of it. I say with some of the crimes that you did commit.
Well, I think just having like the dating show bit as the main focus of it was the mistake, because then you have to build everything round it. I don't think you could have had a proper sort of straight line narrative with that being such a big part in the middle.
It being such a small part of the story as well, it's a lot of emphasis on a very small part of the story of his case. But Marcus, did you watch it in the end?
I didn't watch them, no. Although the first, what do you call it? The Woman of the Hour one, having Anna Kendrick, where it just reminded me of Pitch Perfect. And I was thinking about how she makes her own music in that. So when Niall, you said she made and directed this film, I was like, basically it's Pitch Perfect. That's all I'm gathering. And I've watched Pitch Perfect more than once.
Different, but okay. How about Black Cab? I didn't end up watching Black Cab.
It's not very good.
No. Okay, there we go.
So sing
Great
I
films,
like
guys.
it.
Fair enough. Any what put you off of it?
It's just it's all over the place. Like, so has no one else seen it?
No.
You could say whatever you want, we'd have to believe it.
Well, like anything would be better, I think. But Nick Frost basically picks up a ghost by accident one day, and it wants his kid, and he doesn't want it to take his
Easily
kid.
done.
So he tells the ghost that he'll get it someone else's kid. He picks up a woman at a hospital who's about to have a kid, but then he also picks her up like 2 months later. And it just doesn't make any sense, really. He just wants to give the kid to the ghost, and at the end, the ghost sort of gets the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't really know how else to explain it.
I'm glad
Nick
Nick
Frost.
Frost.
Nick Frost is playing Nick Frost like he always plays, which
Mm.
isn't bad, but like it's not the sort of role he should be in, really. He's a comic actor.
I've got an image in my head of what the film was like, and it's not how I imagine it probably did actually go.
No.
Just didn't feel right, mate. Fucking, you want this? I'm not giving you her. I'm not having it. Go hospital. Fucking get one of them. Done.
Yeah,
End of film.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't actually have anything like that in it. It just sort of infers that that's the sort of thing happening. And it doesn't.
He's normally quite good though in most things he's in. He's like he did the Enfield Haunting series, and he was very good in that.
It's too much for him, I think, because I would say it's about 60% him, like talking and doing monologues and stuff, and it's too much for him, I think. Yeah.
He's no Simon Pegg, is he?
Well, even Simon Pegg. Let's not go down that road.
He's going to say some things you don't like.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Want to cover them ones, so we at least had a little chat about it. So, on to our second film. He's sexy. He's a snowman. Taz, tell us about Hot Frosty.
Hot Frosty is about a widowed woman who comes across a really hot chiseled snowman who I guess was modeled anatomically correctly.
Apparently so.
I love the implication of that. And she puts this magical scarf around him and he comes to life. And sort of love story happens. And yeah.
Cool.
She
I'm
bangs the
going,
snowman.
I'm going to go with Marcus first. I think he would have loved this film. Sounds like a very Marcus movie.
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't gonna like this one, but no, I love this film. Me and Ali watched it, and yeah, it's just funny. They don't shy up on the jokes throughout. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Jack, as he comes to be, which is also funny because of Jack Frost and he's a snowman, but hey, here we are.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Are you serious? Whoa.
Well, they didn't imply it, but I was like, well, that's clearly what they've done. But yeah, it was just funny. I thought he was a serial killer at first. He has that look about him. Like he looks like a school shooter, that kind of movie character.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's going to the school and all the kids love him and he's like, supportive and everything. I'm like, he's definitely going to twist at some point and something's going to snap. Snowballs everywhere. Yeah, and I was just like, right, I know it's a kids' film, but I was like, I've seen too many horror films.
I don't think this is a kids' film.
Is it not? Oh, well.
It's about a woman fucking a snowman.
Well, it doesn't show them doing that, does it? It just
Kind
shows
of
poor
does.
old women trying to get with him, which is a bit weird.
Basically, what you thought this might be was Doki Doki Literature Club, where it all seems really nice dating sim, and it ends up being a really dark horror
That's
game.
an amazing game. Have you played that?
I'm halfway through. I'm playing
It's
it.
really
I'm playing it
good.
through. I know.
think
It starts
it's
off with weird dating sim, and it's just
It's
changing.
creepy as absolute fuck. I love it.
I'm really glad that we kind of know what that is because that just sounds really weird if you're like, yeah, this dating sim that I'm now using it's great. You go to some like Japanese
It's
high
weird.
school.
It deletes your save files and makes it like nothing's happened. It's really weird.
God, that's
really weird.
creepy.
So yeah, continue. Sorry.
I like this film. The love story between them two was nice. Like Jack is just a nice guy. He's not trying to be malicious in any way. If he does something wrong, he's very much like, yeah, okay, I fucked up, sorry, and he learns from it. And it's just like, damn, if everyone could just be nice, it'd be so much better. The fact he buys stuff on her credit card without realizing, he's like, oh yeah, it was all free. She's like, it's got my card details. He's like, oh, yeah,
She
sorry
takes
about
that remarkably well.
Yeah, I'd be fuming if that was me. It's like,
Yeah.
you did what? He's like, yeah, it wasn't the only thing I brought. She's like, what do you mean? And then they just don't talk about it until like the end of the film.
That'd be a nice surprise for him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you brought your own Christmas present. It's very much like a kid. Cheers, mum. Here's what you brought. It's nice how he repairs the house. Very quick learner, watches one TV episode of how it's made and off he goes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the roof's leaky and the outside needs doing. It's like, oh, next TV show, we're going to show you exactly step by step how to do exactly what you're after. And it's like, oh, great, what a coincidence. What else? He hooks up those two at the school as well, introduces them, and they start dancing. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to dance together at the end. Like, he just has this.
We'll show you how.
Yeah, it's got all throughout the film. It's the perfect switch to down to earth, can get along with the kids, and is sort of like the friend that they need. And then very much just right back to adult mode. We're gonna, do whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. He can switch back and forth to kid mode and adult mode. And the women love him, all the old women especially. They are very pervy in this film. Like, extremely. I sat there, I was like, if the roles were reversed here, this just would not be okay.
The other way around, Greg Wallace would not be told.
Exactly. So, Ali also wanted me to mention that there was a Mean Girls reference in this. I wondered if anyone else saw it.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. I went to school with a girl like her.
I knew exactly what was going to be on that TV as soon as I switched it on. I know that film.
Yeah.
That was a good fun one. I watched that last year. That was a good time. I would have probably nearly chosen this if we had 3 films.
I do like Mean Girls.
We should do Mean Girls at some point.
We should do.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well,
Wow, that's crazy.
It is really funny. You wouldn't have thought it would be as good as it is, but it is really good.
put you in the burn book now.
Not the remake. Not the
Is
musical.
that from Mean Girls?
No, not the remake.
'Cause I won't get the reference because I haven't seen it.
I've not seen it either.
You need to watch. All right, and everyone. Well, this might tie into saying we're going to do anyway. So it might be a very lucky day for you. Continue. Sorry.
I mean, to be honest, that was pretty much it. I liked the film. It was nice the sheriff had a change of heart at the end. Although I've only ever seen that character from Daryl from The Office. It was really weird seeing him play this. I was just like, this isn't right.
I love him.
You could definitely tell it's peer pressure that got him. Oh, how could I forget? Sorry, my favorite character, the other policeman, who I only know him as Boyle from Brooklyn
Boyle.
Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Although it's weird that you haven't seen Daryl in Brooklyn Nine-Nine because he's in that as well. Yeah, he's the car thief. He's the Pontiac bandit.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, I've only seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine from Facebook memes that come up. Like, it's weird. I've seen like half of it just from memes, but it's great. But yeah, him trying to teach Jack how to dance, and he's like, "Oh, so this is how you know she's gonna want to kiss you." And he gets really close. I'm like, "These two gonna like, they're gonna have a little peck here."
Give it a vibe, like.
Yeah, I was like, "Is it that kind of film? Who knows?" But yeah, sorry, I'll stop now. Great film. I loved it.
Oh. Who do I go to next?
Is it a shit sandwich?
All right, I'm gonna go. I don't normally go second, so it's Christmas. I really wasn't enjoying this until there was a scene where he's up on the roof and the old lady kind of crashes her car. And I genuinely, and I texted Taz and I went, I genuinely laughed out loud. Because I loved that scene. I just push him behind. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can push him behind.
I'm nearly there.
It's like I should be watching this.
And I think from that moment, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can laugh at this. Don't take it so seriously. I really enjoyed this film, unironically. I think it had a really nice little love story to it. It was Christmassy. Yeah, and the humor in this is really funny. And there's some generally funny bits in this. The old lady's just perving over him. It's just so funny. Even the police, they had their comic relief as well. And it's a lovely feel-good ending, all about a sexy snowman who turns into a sexy man who melts until he falls in the snow, dies, and then becomes a real boy. It's like Pinocchio, but with snowmen.
He's got no strings to hold
and
him
less
down.
Scary.
Yeah, that's good. And all about a magical scarf.
Oh yeah.
He ever took it off?
Never
Like to
did.
get changed
Never
into
did.
different clothes.
Or was he just a sex pest all along?
Yeah.
Just a drifter.
He had
Who
escaped
apparently
from the
has-
asylum.
Who apparently has a really massive dick.
Someone had to
Implied.
carve that in the snow. Like they had to
Implied.
sit there with definition.
Who fucking made him in the first place? No one steps forward to go, what the hell happened to my snowman? Where's my sexy snowman? Who destroyed my sexy snowman? What the hell's going on? No, I really like this film. I really enjoy this, and
I'm glad to hear that.
And I hate myself for enjoying it. No, what did you get this one?
I hate to do this to you all,
Oh,
but I like this film as well.
Yay!
I really expected you to hate it.
Yeah,
So
so
did
did
so did I.
That was a very Simon Cowell moment. Like, and it's like, I don't like it.
Yeah, it was.
Golden
it's weird
buzzer.
because it takes itself so seriously in parts as well. Like the acting is so like, I don't know how they did it. Because there's bits where they're like, I like the bloopers at the end actually.
I love the bloopers.
Because it's so stupid. Like she's like, maybe the doctor. She's like, maybe he is a snowman. It's like you can't say that. You're a doctor. And he's just like, oh yeah, but what if he is?
He's not. What about he is?
But yeah, the actors are really good. Obviously, you got the police guys from Brooklyn. The main characters from Schmidt's Creek, if anybody's seen that.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good in that. I didn't recognize him because he's lost a shitload of weight and his face has got like 12 feet longer, which is really
Why
weird.
the long face?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do that to yourself, but he was really good. Yeah, it's not much to say about it other than, yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't really know why. I can't put my finger on it.
Was there a certain
Epic
part that kind of made you go, okay, fine, you're enjoying this?
No, it was just after the scarf bit. Like before the scarf bit, it was a bit cringy. And I knew that it was like, because everybody was just like, oh, when will she find love again? I worry about that girl. And I thought, oh, this is going down. It's going down one of those routes. It's going to be all Mamma Mia-y. And then it just wasn't. It was good.
There was no sing songs. Didn't like that.
There was that song at the end.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Mamma
Yes.
Mia style. Like, where's the men
but
in
it's not,
flippers
yeah.
coming out dancing on the bay? Like,
That guy can actually sing, which is the
He can.
difference.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It even kind of it went from the comedy to there are some generally heartbreaking moments in this, like when he's about to kiss her up in during the dance, and he's like, "I've already seen you lose someone before. I can't see you lose somebody again." And it's like, oh, something very deep in a film about a sexy snowman.
But in the next scene, they just sort of forget about it, and he asks again, and she's like, oh, "Yeah, all right."
by that point, Mark, did you just sit there with the tissues and Vaseline and go, well, now I can't finish, can I? Oh,
Well,
too
you know.
emotional.
It's
I
hard.
always-
It's
I
hard,
break.
but it's
got to be done, isn't it?
Just a bit longer. That's all.
Just keep trying, you'll get there.
Just keep picking the jack and get going.
Pour that snow on you, buddy. Do it. Oh, all over.
You're the wrong puppet.
Oh, in the Borderlack, would he have been the right puppet? Who knows?
Oh.
Dad, have you seen the Borderlag yet?
No, I do want to.
You probably like it.
It is awful. Yeah, maybe. No, that's about a sexy man. He turned into a sexy puppet.
Oh, cool.
Taz, your thoughts on this one?
I really loved it, and I'm not sorry about it. Like, I expected to like have a good time, but like I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I mean, just from the start, where the narrator's like, "This tale has never been told like this." I'm like, you just opened it like a teen movie, like a crappy teen movie, and I love that. I admire it. Bold choice. And I really related to the main character in the sense that bit at the beginning where she's in her like freezing cold house, and she's about to leave, and she makes that transition from the blanket to like the coat like as fast as she can. As someone who lives somewhere and gets really cold, like I felt that in my soul. I was like, yeah, she's just like me. And then I love the pan to the photo with her dead husband. Just, you know, dead husband alert. You know, that's what these films are all about. You know, it's every time there's a dead wife or husband, so you know what you're in for. And then when that woman who gives Kathy the scarf and she's like, "Good things come to you when you're in the cold," it's like pneumonia though. Like, I don't think that's always true. That's such a weird line.
And she gives it away straight away. Like.
Yeah, honestly. And I really love, this is another trope that I love in this film, is, you know, that sort of thing of like the Born Yesterday trope where someone's like experiencing like life for the like a grown adult who's like just sort of experiencing reality for the first time, or like something like Sleepy Hollow, like the TV show, where he's, you know, come back from like the past and is like experiencing life now, and it's like really new and like amazing and like crazy. It's like magic. I love characters like that. So I love that. And I just think it's very cute when they're, you know, just experiencing things like a child would. Like, I think we lose that when we're older, is like the curiosity of everything goes away. And I really like people who are, you know, excited to learn new things and stuff. So this character was like, I was on board. I think the sheriff is super intense and I love it. And I think his songs are fire. So that was a nice little bonus. I was like rocking at the end. I was like, go on, guys, it's great. The doctor got on board with the idea of Jack being a snowman like way too fast. Yeah. Like a scary quick amount of time. because even the one who wasn't a doctor was like, "You sure though?"
Do you think she does that with every person who comes in though?
I
They're
like to think so.
I'm losing blood. And she's like, maybe he's a snowman.
Exactly.
You look a bit blue there, mate. You know.
And then my next note is I love this himbo snowman. He is a sweet angel, and I want to be besties with him. I think he's so cute. This guy always plays like some dumb idiot, and I love him for that.
Yeah.
I've seen him in have you guys seen Dirk Gently on Netflix?
Yeah.
Because he's in that, but he plays like a bad guy himbo in that.
Yeah.
So that, and he was also in a film with Anna Kendrick called shit, what's it called? No, it was oh fuck, I can't remember, but it's really, really good. And he plays her like half brother, and they end up sleeping together. It was a weird movie.
It sounds
And
Sweet Home Alabama.
it was so
Yeah.
good. I love that the school in this town just let this guy work there. This does feel like the most realistic part of the film is that they don't do any background checks; they just let someone walk in.
Yeah.
No CRB checks for you, sexy snowman.
You're too sexy for this. God damn.
Yeah, you get the pretty privilege. Just walk on in, you know.
You're just sexy.
It's just so grounded in that way. And then I put, hell yeah, we've got a shopping montage. I'm glad we got that. Can't
yeah.
forget the shopping montage. And I just thought it's like so. I like the idea of a world that's so radically accepting that this town just doesn't need convincing that he's a snowman. Because again, they just accept it like immediately.
Yeah.
It's like no one even cared. They're like, that's fine. Moved on with their lives pretty much.
Fuck it, it's Christmas.
Yeah, and then we got like a bit of a It's a Wonderful Life bit at the end where they all cash in to like give the money to get him out, bail him out. And that was really sweet. And in conclusion, I unironically love this film with my whole heart. And I just love this random hot guy with the heart of gold. Like, he's really sweet. And I just love that bit at the end with like the song and the crew. It seems like they all had a really genuinely good time making this, like with the bloopers and everything. I'm like, this actually looks like a fun time.
Yeah.
Like, everyone looks like they want to be there. And if you look on Letterboxd, one of the top reviews is like from the writer, and it's like it's really sweet and like what the film means to him. And it's like he's like, yeah, this is just like a silly, stupid concept I came up with, but I also wanted to make it about, you know, love. You know, the stuff in the film about the dead husband actually really works in it, I think, because like it's a really silly film, but like you said, there's serious parts. And I think actually in the concept of the film of the snowman, like where he might not live until tomorrow, like this woman who like lost her husband and is just like appreciating the time they have together. I think that's actually really nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film.
Well, there you go. That's 4 likes all round, which is a rarity for one of these podcasts.
I didn't see that one coming, to be fair.
I did not. I'm going to keep it, obviously. Marcus, keep it with it.
It's close to 2 choices, but it's definitely a strong keep.
Okay.
Very nearly something else.
No, I'll keep it with it.
I want to keep it. Yeah.
And Taz, keep it with it.
Unbendable.
Nice.
Ah, perfect.
Bad choice.
What it would be. What it would be.
I think it deserves it, to be fair.
Why didn't you vote it then?
Because it's
Something just
it's too weird for me to do that.
Come on,
only special films get to become unbinnable.
Oh, it would be a Christmas miracle.
Oh,
I just remembered one part of it at the end where I really related with the old guy. You know, when he's giving all the money back and he's like, oh
yeah.
boy,
I
gave your dad $200. His wife's just like, shut up, no, you didn't.
He only gave $1 as well.
Yeah. Cheapskate.
Oh man, I think also my favorite joke in that film was, you know, when they're like, did you get the woman to do the police sketch or whatever? But they were like, she couldn't describe his face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, she gave so much detail. Just see his face.
Perfect. Right then, so that is our Christmas special. We've been festive. We watched some sexy snowmen, and now it is time to look at the new year, which we're going to start in January with, of course, the big quiz. We've got the quiz is coming back, and we have got Hunter coming back for the quiz as well. He has to come back, and Who won last year? I forgot now.
I think it was me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
it was you.
it
Yeah,
was a
you finally
close-
won.
It was a close call.
Yeah.
You were close.
Mm.
Yeah, but Hunter has to come back and try and beat you guys again. This year, we're going to go for all genres, not just horror. So we'll see how this goes.
Interesting.
So we'll see, because we're covering different genres now. So it's a nice little kind of lead in. So more erotic movies, but not just horror. Yay, porn. However, something I want to kind of do, just to change a little bit, is the format of the podcast at the moment.
Yeah, bye, Marcus.
Bye, Marcus, you got now.
Fuck Marcus, bye.
Ali's going to come on the podcast now from next year.
This is the last two.
This does sort of sound like you're breaking up with us.
No.
I
I
mean,
thought
it's
you-
changed, and
no, I just wanted to say a little bit different. So we're a movie club. We don't have to always do the new films.
Play.
So I'm going to do this to change it up a little bit. We're going to do bloody good screen movie club 90s edition. We're going to go for the 90s for the year, or maybe half a year. See how all things go, and we're going to choose.
Independence Day.
Hey, if it's in the 90s, we'll watch it.
Aladdin.
Rambo.
It was between the 80s and it was between 80s and 90s. I think people 80s is quite overdone. We don't get as much 90s as we do 80s. So we're gonna go through 90s, and I'm gonna let you guys pick as well. And it can be any genre. Doesn't have to be horror, but I'll probably stick with horror, as you guys have probably guessed. And we're gonna go through the 90s. So that's a new little concept for the podcast going into the year. Let us know what you think. If you don't like it, we'll go back to reviewing new shit. We'll do a few episodes with some new stuff, depending on what's coming out and if we're promoting new bits and stuff. But yeah, so we'll keep you updated with that in the next episode. So on the quiz episode, we'll tell you what movies we did in the first kind of run of this one. But yeah, it should be quite fun. A bit different. And yeah, Independence Day we can do. Like Con Air. I loved Con Air.
Yeah, Con Air.
And the 90s is my time. I love the 90s. Oh, 90s.
It was a great time. It's when I was born, so gotta
here.
love that.
I was born in the 90s.
Oh, we're all born in the 90s.
Not as cool as when I was born,
wasn't.
sorry, but
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was born in the 80s, but 90s was
50s?
my film era.
Did you say 50s?
No, 80s.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
Mid 80s, okay. I'm old now.
You're in your mid 80s. Oh God.
I'm 38 now. I'm getting old. But yes, we'll get into that one. So yes, as always, a huge shout out to our sponsor, Comic Book Club. They've been a great sponsor to us since, well, forever really, since the start of this podcast. They're the UK's biggest and best horror and thriller book box service, bringing the wonders of a haunted bookshop straight to your door each month. You can have it in the Bare Bones box, which is a brand new book and a possibly holding second-hand book, and a couple of new titles as well. Or you get the Full Glass box, which is as above. And you also get snacks, drinks, canvas bags, bookmarks, and all different random bits and pieces inside the box. Use a code BloodyGoodReads at checkout, and you can get 10% off your box. So that's Bloody Good Reads, and put it at checkout to get 10% off your next box. Also, as well, shout out to our second sponsor, Dungeons and Dragons. They are getting close to the latest episodes that they've just recorded, so mine should be coming up, or 2 episodes now that have been on. A lot of semen in the episode, but we'll see. Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
These guys okay?
A lot of semen. No, that was me. Sorry, that was my choice.
Are you okay?
Oh, I thought you meant applied the.
I can't believe they're letting back
Yes,
on.
I made somebody gag because it went just too far.
So many jokes. And
No,
They're not used to it like we are.
I know.
He was in the warehouse.
But it was really good fun though, and we'll be on there again at some point as well. So listen out for that one. We'll push it on socials anyway. You can follow us as well over on Blue Sky, which I don't really go on, but we're on there. X, if you do still go on there. Facebook. We're on TikTok, but doesn't really matter anymore. It's going to be banned. So there you go.
Not in the
Do whatever
UK.
you want. But not in the UK. And yeah, where you can find any of your social media needs were normally around.
I'm on
these times.
MySpace.
Yeah, I'm on GeoCity.
Bebo.
And yeah, so
Oh, I remember Bebo.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas to you guys. We'll see you in the new year. It's goodbye from me. Goodbye from Taz.
Adios.
Goodbye from Niall.
Do you want to fuck a snowman? Sorry, I've been holding that in the entire time.
That's wow. Okay.
And as for the last time this year, a goodbye from Marcus.
Merry Christmas and toodles. Have a good one.